It is the Lutheran High School of San Antonio, Texas versus Natick High School. Your Vikings coming up next. And again, we are into our fourth series of the day, fourth best of 7 coming up. Now I got to ask you, Brody. We have broken the spell. We had 2 full game 7s to start off the day. Then we just had our first 4-0 sweep. Do you think we have broken the spell? I believe we are going to be seeing another 4-0 here. What are your predictions?
You might not be wrong. I mean, we haven't seen anything from these two teams, so so far I think this has been a bit of a mixed bag today. I mean, 2 very different extremes, right? Game number 1 or match number 1 and 2 went the way of game 7s. It was crazy. It was so good, and then game 3 kind of fell flat on its face, and it was a 4-0 sweep. So this could really go either one of those 2 directions.
It certainly could. Enough of us. Let's get into game 1. Again, Lutheran High School of San Antonio, Natick High School, Texas. What do you got for us? Welcome to Central America, or South Central America, Central America, Southern America. I don't know. Who cares? It doesn't matter. Texas is in the United States. That's what counts. And Vikings are in blue. They are Lutheran High School, and in the orange, Natick High School. So, again, both these teams fighting for a spot to represent the big old state of Texas. So there's a lot on the line here. Speaking of which, Tree Jam 8 will score first, and Lutheran High School find themselves on the board.
Boss is going to get that pass in. Really nice play, actually. Tree Jam's able to break the defensive line. Vikings score early on in this one. Only takes 22 seconds. How can... is that Mac-E? Mash? I don't know how to pronounce that. I ain't even going to try, but... Opposition here. Looking to get a goal back, and they will want to very quickly.
Certainly will. Already down a goal, and again, the pressure starting to push its way through the corners. Own goal, that's pain. Monkey Steal, going to find it 2-0.
Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. Oh dear, Monkey Steal. Brings it forward. That wasn't going in. That ball does not go in.
Yeah, no, that doesn't go anywhere near the goal if you just try to pinch that. But fortunately, wrong place, wrong time. And just, one of those goals you're like, shouldn't have done that. It's okay. We continue forward. Still plenty of time here in game 1.
Yeah, absolutely. This is far from over. Vikings have started strong. Well, not entirely due to their own actions. But Mac-E now looking to get a goal back. Hospos trying to dribble it through mid. Gets denied here. Crop Pickers looking for something. Going to have to retreat now as the ball goes up to the orange half. But here we go. Potential hit as Siphons and Official make their way up. Cowboys. Sorry. Make their way up the field. Goes across goal. Cowboys looking for it. Good defensive hold here from the Vikings for now. Hospos going to get this ball away. But Mackey, I was going to say, looking for some offensive pushes. And there it is from up high. Hospos gets it on the counter. Straight from the side. Cowboys misses. And Hospos able to get that one in with a lovely angle.
Confidence in the shot. 3-0 and 3 minutes to play. And yes, plenty of time, but still, it's quite a mountain here. The hill's getting larger, and the Vikings have a commanding lead in game 1. They want more. They want that 4th goal. It might come momentarily. The defense starting to crunch up into the corner, starting to see some turtles come out. They have to slow this one down. They'll take it out, though. Cowboy, extension. Jam just going to carry that all the way to the corner. Like the play, no boost. He'll swing around, grabs it as well. Great second effort on this play to keep alive and find a demo as well. And they are just in full control. Open net. That's a goal and a great touch. Monkey Steal as he sees and does what he wants.
Vikings making their way to Valhalla at the moment. 4-0 up in this one. Doing very well. 3 minutes still on the clock to work through here. I'm starting to get a hint of what we saw yesterday, Sean, with dominant games. But this is not over just yet. The Vikings, they may have had a great start at this one, but, if Mackey can wake up, start to really hit the ground running for this last 2 minutes 40 or so of play, they can still make this back.
It's not over, but we're getting there. Not a lot of time left here, and they are continuing to score. Find ways to get these angles. A demo opens up the net. Open one at that. And what you're seeing is you're not seeing one defender sit in the back of the net to come out for a challenge. They're all pushed up in the front line. So all it takes is one good aerial, and you can get behind everyone. Self-serving, backboard, down and away. There it is. Locked out. follow-up will be good enough. Man, they've just continued to put pressure on like they're down a goal. And with 4-0, a lot of pressure that needs to be applied if you want Natick High School to be able to walk away with this win.
Well, Mackie, there it is. Mackie find their way through. The ball crosses through the midfield.
There you go.
Lovely pass from Siphons. And as you say, Sean, there you go. Cowboy able to put it through. I will say that is capitalizing on a mistake that Vikings made. So still not Mackie taking initiative, but still at least they do find themselves a goal. There's still a lot of time to go get the last 3.
Plenty of time. Again, it's going to take some heroic efforts. Boss sends that one right in front of the defense, which they will send back the other way. Nice try. The Vikings going to bring this one on the wall. Monkey Steel going to send that to the corner. We'll go in with him. Plenty of boost now. No extension. 2 demos to open up. It's a 3v1. Now we go back to full strength, circling back in. It's Tree Jam. And center it, slow it, try to pitch down. But they still have 3-goal lead, and then that's the biggest factor right now. It doesn't matter what they do. They just got to kill time.
As you say, just kill time. If you're the Vikings in this situation, you have everything in your favor. Or maybe just go for a goal. Tree Jam tries it. Second attempt from Hospos. Prop Pickers going to put a stop to that, but still, it's time wasted. Even if the Vikings don't get a goal out of it. 50 seconds now left on the clock for Mackie to get some goals. Tree Jam, again, not going to get a goal off it, but it really doesn't matter at this point. They've already done enough to take the win. This is all on Mackie to make this happen, and they just cannot get out of their own half.
Yeah, with 30 seconds left, I think this game once done. They continue to lose some of these challenges. Tree Jam's not going to let them have much. 30 seconds to go. 3-goal lead, 4-1. Game 1 win will be going to Lutheran High School. The Vikings were relentless in the first 2 minutes, even on that cross. Almost make it 5-1. But, Brody, again, we start off a game in a series, a brand new series, with a hot couple of goals. Make it 5-1, why not? And again, it just seems like, we're starting to see a shift here in some of these games.
13 seconds on clock here. And the Vikings, I think that, well, as you say, it's a thumbnail, really, isn't it? That is done and dusted, as the Vikings going to be taking game number 1. At this point, it's just whether or not Mackie can get a consolation goal. Pickers does send one high, gets stopped by Tree Jams, but really well played here in game number 1 from the Vikings. They are extremely happy to be walking away with a convincing 5-1 victory. Maybe 5-2 if Mackie can get a goal. It does go their way, but it doesn't matter. It goes to Vikings, in game number 1.
We'll see if they can replicate that same energy into game 2. So for all players already up. We are good to go, so let's hop into game 2. And again, it's just a lot of offense. The high-powered offense has been out for Lutheran and the Vikings. But for Natick, they just didn't have much time to be able to escape their own half. And that's kind of an issue, right? So you can't orchestrate offense if you can't get out of your own half. Mm-hmm. And when the deficit is 3 goals that you have to make up and then eventually 4, it's gonna be hard to be able to bring yourself back in the game. But it's a long series. They have time to do it. We'll see if they can do it in game 2.
Yeah, there's a long way to go here for Mackie. They don't need to stress too much, I think, is the big point, right? Don't worry. Don't concern yourself with, losing game number 1. Put that to the back of your mind. Go again here with game number 2. But the Vikings, they can be very happy after that game number 1 victory. It was convincing. 5-1 up. They don't need to change much in their current game plan.
Yeah, they really don't. Just continue to be aggressive the way they have. Continue to find opportunities and different looks at the net. They send that one out. Pass there. Behind every single defensive member of Natick High School. It slows down for the moment, but it just seems like every time everyone's pushed up, all 3 members, not much you could do. Hospos had so much power behind the shot. What do you do as a defense when you're not sure who's going to get the ball, who's going to be passed to? And shots like that can kill you.
Good start from Vikings, and that's not the start you want if you're a Mackie. We said there, after being 5-1 down in game 1, they needed some aggression to kick this one off, and it's not being found as the Vikings strike first once again. But again, as we always say, they're not out of this by any means. They can't let a second goal go in, and yes, it will. Tree Jam, it's a bouncy one, but it doesn't matter as long as it's a goal. Hey, what does it matter what it looks like, really? A shot's a shot. If it goes in, it's a goal, and Tree Jam makes it one. Great pass from Monkey Steel as well.
Of course, still have so many more games to play in this series, but coming up after this, it is Arizona up next. Brophy College versus Camelback High School. Again, Brophy is still a high school program. We'll see Arizona after this series, but at the moment, it looks like it might be a 2-0 lead. The Vikings trying to stack on more goals as that save comes out. Follow up there. Anyone else want to try? Yeah, why not? Here's a goal. 3-0.
Tree Jam going to get the score there. Lovely from Hospos to just drop it down. Wasn't greedy, didn't go for a shot that might have missed. Yeah. Passes it over to Tree Jam, and that's key, right? I mean, that's one of the things in Rocket League rarely gets talked about, right? It's just this knowing when not to go for a goal yourself, because you can get greedy, right? You know, I can get greedy when I play Rocket League. Sometimes I don't pass when I should. And these guys, they just know when to let go of the ball. Once again, you see it here. Tree Jam could have gone for the shot themselves. Instead makes a pass. I actually felt that might have been a steal from Monkey Steel, ironically enough, but doesn't matter anyway. It would have gone in. And Monkey Steel ends up taking that goal to send the Vikings 4-0 up. We've only seen a minute and a half of play, Sean.
Yeah, and again, we're in a similar hole that we found ourselves in Game 1 if you're on the perspective of Natick High School. It's looking dire. I know it's only Game 2, but man, you are just getting outscored left and right, and you need to find a way to slow this series down. It's going by quickly. That could be a goal. It will be. That's the first one they needed. Finally, Siphons with the slowest goal in history, but it does the job. Only 14 miles per hour on that one.
I can drive faster than that, 14 miles per hour. I can't even drive. It's a very slow goal from Mackie.
I could run faster than that. My goodness.
I don't know about that. I mean, not with that hair. It's dragging you down, bro.
I was saying that, I mean, I'm fat, so I probably can, but you know. Who knows?
Well, it doesn't matter anyway. You don't need to be running anywhere. All we need to be doing is casting Rocket League, and we're getting some good Rocket League at the moment, Sean, aren't we? As Vikings showing us how to play. Mackie, they have got one goal, though. But a bit of deja vu here. This is the exact same position Mackie found themselves in last game. Vikings only made it worse by scoring number 5.
Two minutes to go. So this game's almost done. And a 4-1 lead. Again, we look in a conversation and say, okay, oh, almost 5-1. They might be up 2-0 in the series, and at that point, with how this has gone thus far, that essentially is series point. And that's a breakaway goal, so they'll make it 4-2. But again, you need to respond with goals, because the Vikings, if they win this game and they go up 2-0, that's series right there. You need to win Game 3, because if you don't, the series is done. It's just the way that this has gone. So they need to respond with some goals, even if they drop this game. If you are Natick High School, you need to continue to respond with goals. Get your confidence back up. But the problem I see is that for Natick, the goals have been slow. They have not been high-powered shots. They have not been, you know, these long, booming clears, which is okay. But the goals they're getting are very, very slow, very, very paced, which works when you're beating a defense. They're just capitalizing on the mistakes of the Vikings, and the Vikings come right back and they score again.
There's Tree Jam getting it over the defender, and now we literally are at the scoreline where we ended game number 1, right? 5-2.
Yep.
And there's still 2 minutes left on the clock. Vikings, I mean, like, to be fair to Mackie, they have got goals. It's not like they haven't had chances, and it's not like they haven't capitalized on said chances.
Sure.
It's just they're letting Vikings have more. And not only that, they're letting those chances go through, and that's the big problem here. As you see now, Vikings on the defense, trying to stop Mackie from scoring number 3. You already have a solid 3-goal advantage. That reducing down to 2 won't do Vikings any favours. Mackie looking for this 3rd goal. Send the ball upfield. Cropper goes for a very wide rotation all the way back to the defensive line. Oh, Tree Jam, that's just playing with their team at this point.
To say if he had someone there on the cross, that's probably a goal. Could not connect on the pass. Osboss going to take it out. We'll grab the midfield boost as well. 60 seconds and counting left. in this game. The dunk won't come in. Everyone's committing. Why not? I'd feel comfortable and confident as well. One real good chance is all they need. This is a game here, but problem is you're running out of time.
Boss just going to pull shot the opposition away. Gives the ball some momentum, but now it's already back to the Mackie square. Ball going to go in once again. Tree Jam looking to clear it. Hosboss going to get it. It's Mackie, again, this time is just running down. And when there's 30 seconds left, we're in the exact same position we were in game number 1, where the Vikings, they just have so much room to breathe. The ball is absolutely not in their court. I mean, they could literally just play with how they want with the ball. They could get a goal if they really wanted to. Why would they, though? At this point, they
could just juke everyone out and just run around the field. Like, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. Just waste time.
10 seconds left. This one's done, mathematically speaking. Game 2 will go to the Vikings. Lutheran High School, San Antonio. They take Game 2 up 2-0 in the series, and now we've reached the critical point. As people would say, the critical mass, I think, at this moment. It has been accomplished and achieved. This, to me, was like a Game 3 of a best-of-7. Like, if you're up 3-0, it's pretty much done. If you win Game 2 at this moment, I think they just have all the momentum. They're scoring at will. They have not been challenged. So, again, I think that, like our last series, we might be looking at a 4-0.
Yeah, I agree, and I don't say that lightly. I think this could be a 4-0 simply because of the fact that I don't really see any potential. I can't see a clear linear path for the opposition in Mackie to actually improve to the point where they're beating the Vikings out. That is the big problem here, because if you take a look at where they're going wrong, I think there's too many areas in which that is happening for them to say that they are going to be able to come back and beat the Vikings here in game number 3 or game 4. And yeah, I think the Vikings are just a better team at the moment. I mean, maybe that could change, of course. Things do change from game to game. But at the moment, the Vikings are just clearly the better team out of the two.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's get into Game 3. Again, this series kind of speaks for itself at this moment. Not a whole lot to really break down. It's essentially a one-team show, and that's not a negative slight. Again, we reached the part of a tournament where, even in qualifying rounds, sometimes you just have a team that's far more experienced and far quicker on the field, like we're seeing with the Vikings. On the other side, though, Natick High School still has plenty of time to bring the series back. The biggest question will be, can they orchestrate some offense? For the moment, looks like the answer is no.
Well, Mackie looking to start this one very strong. I mean, that was what they were really missing in games number 1 and 2, is just the ability to start strong. I mean, they had some moments, but it was the Vikings that were in control for the majority of the game, and most importantly, they were the ones that started stronger. And okay, Tree Jams does attempt to save that, but Cowboy's going to get it through anyway.
That's all you need sometimes. Just one lucky break. And again, the only thing that we kind of own scores. That's cool. The one thing that kind of worries me is that even on that hit, very slow hit, very slow ball movement. So you're not seeing power behind these hits or the shots, and the goals that have come out have essentially been, mistakes on Vikings half, but the Vikings will just come back and outscore those mistakes. So it does worry me that they're not getting a lot of power behind these shots.
Now Mackie 1-0 up. Okay, yeah, this is a little bit janky, and these are mistakes that we've seen, in day 1. We kind of discussed them. You cannot double commit on situations like that. That's communication problems right there, and it really does just shine through. Whereas I don't think we've seen that once from Vikings thus far. Even a double commit where it has worked out, we haven't seen any of them. They have quite clearly been playing together relatively well. Steele puts the ball past. It's a good demo from Crop Pickers. If they can now maybe open up a lane off the back of this would be good. But they just got to find that opportunity. Siphons puts it through. Cowboy going for it. It's a good chance, but it's the finishing that they cannot seem to get right.
There's a good couple of self-centers and a chance to extend the play, but definitely a little bit quicker on the field and was the decision-making for the moment. 3:08 to go. And so Vikings still have yet to score. Maybe that'll change as that ball is on target. A little bit off to the right. Could have been redirected, would have had a goal, but Tree Jam keeping this up, somehow 1v2ing the defenders in the corner. He will fall back as we wrap our way around. We keep this ball alive. I think he just tried to wave dash into it on the... Okay, that was interesting. It works either way. I mean, you've kept the ball up, so you're seeing the confidence individually from Vikings as it's like one hit after one hit, playing these defenders in. And the biggest issue at the moment, yes, you have a 1-goal lead for Natick High School, but they are getting stuck in the corner with the ball. They are bogged down and being stuck in the mud. And they need to be more decisive with communication. They need to say, hey, I'll take the ball out. Let's spread the field. It looks like they're just kind of turtling up, and it's going to bite them.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it kind of feels like they're a bubble that's going to burst at any point. But Mackey's still comfortable with this 1-0 lead at the moment. Looking for number 2. It's not really that aggressive of a shot. Hospos has no trouble dealing with that. So Monkey Steel readying up for something here. A second touch would be nice. Doesn't actually need one. Hospos goes in, and that's an angle. Very close to the goal. 2 players on the close post. And neither of them able to deal with that.
A little too far back inside the net there. Those Crop should have been able to come on out and rotate and get in front of the ball. Unfortunately, they get kind of caught in a bad position. Tie game 1-1. A minute 45 to go. And that one is a very dangerous angle as Haas can play that through the corner. And now you can start looking about centering out for a teammate. Here comes a chance, a little bit too hard hit. We go to the corner as well, but numbers are starting to push it through midfield. And the Vikings feeling very comfortable about their chances to make this a 2-1 game. Well, they have an open net, so you might as well.
Okay. Well, taking a little bit of time with it, Monkey Steel. That would have been a goal if they're a little bit quicker with it. Now it's on the other side here as Mackie have a chance to get the ball in. Unfortunately, Cowboy gets a little bit overzealous there. Okay, Monkey. I mean, tees it up for a Hospos. He's very lucky he gets that, though, because it could have been a fatal mistake. Cowboy now sends it to their own half. Tree Jam looking to do something with the ball. Not really a solid touch. Siphon sends one towards the goal. It's a good clear.
That was their hardest hit pass all day. That was the best look they've had.
Yeah, it's the power on all these shots, right? That's the key difference right now between these two teams. Is when Vikings do hit something, it seems to be a little bit more of intent than what we see from Mackie. But hey, maybe that'll change now as Cowboy again, and Tree Jam beats the offensive player towards the shot. 2 demos coming in. Surely a lane opening up now.
Oh my God, they are about to get 1v3'd. A little bit hesitant to move this ball to midfield. Long swing around. Almost bites him. 13 seconds to go. Tree Jam going to bring this down to the ground. And Monkey is sitting still in midfield, so we'll make sure everything's good with him. We continue forward, and I think he's off the scene. Yep, he's okay. 1 second left. Monkey is back in the play, and we'll go to OT.
Well, OT, didn't expect to see that in this series, especially with how games number 1 and 2 have gone out, so that really does show you just how much Mackie have improved. Well, we will see. Siphons on the defense. Mackie just going to play this slowly. And I need this, I feel, from them. I need methodical play. I need them to think about it before they make the move.
Yeah.
Hospos is going to get 2. Hospos, that's 2 demos. And not fatal, actually, just yet. Tree Jam scuffs the shot. Scuffs number 2 as well. And Hospos's efforts completely neutered there. It's so unfortunate. That should have been a goal.
It absolutely should have been a goal. This might be it, though. Follow-up shot, bounces around. Anyone else there? A couple of ricochets. Ball remains in traffic. We'll go the length of the field. Siphons following with it. You've been gifted a lifeline right now if you are Natick High School. On the other side, though, breakaway chance. Anyone there? Off target again. Follow-up saved away. Siphons with the save. And these off-target shots are keeping Vikings from going up 3-0 in the series.
Hospos is literally just demoing the entire other team. That's the strategy right now for the Vikings, is just get a demo, work off it. And both cases, the Mackie side have been able to deal with this relatively well. Of course, no goals. But as you rightly point out, Sean, right? I mean, off the back of both of those situations, it should be over, and now it is. Tree Jam puts in the nail. Hospos with the pass from the wall straight into mid. Tree Jam rises for it. And it's a lovely shot, some real power. Nobody from Mackie is stopping that. And I tell you what, personally, if Vikings lose that game, it's a feels bad man moment. It felt like they were kind of owed it in a way.
Yeah, look, in that OT, a lot of sloppy Rocket League for the Vikings, but a goal will neutralize all of that negativity, which it did. 2-1 win. And I still think that in this series, they have the upper hand. Just they seem like they're getting more and more chances. You look at 11 shots compared to 4. So, yeah, they're getting more chances, but it didn't look pretty in that OT. It was very, very sloppy. It had a lot of missed targets, a lot of open hits, 2 demos on the front line, and open net no one can capitalize on. So, it doesn't look good, but they're getting the job done, and now we move into Game 4. And I still think at this moment, I don't see how you have all the momentum on your side. I don't see how they drop this series. I just think that they're going to figure out a way.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the Vikings have got this in the bag, to be honest with you, Sean. I feel like Mackie... I mean, I will say one thing for sure. Mackie, they definitely have shown promise, right? I mean, if you compare what happened in Game 3 to what happened in Game number 1 and 2, we're looking at a very different result. Mackie did a much better job at keeping the ball out of their half and out of their goal, more to the point. However, it does still feel like Vikings are going to be able to pull it out here in Game number 4. We'll see, though. Again, this is Rocket League. Anything can happen. Mackie can maybe learn from the mistakes here and at least pull away a game.
Absolutely. So let's get into Game 4. It could be our final game of the series. This is our 4th best of 7 of the day. We're about halfway through. Halfway through our matchups here. Again, coming up next, we do have Arizona. Almost forgot all the states in our wonderful country. As Monkey is going to come off kickoff. 4 minutes and 53 seconds to play. So much time. And once again, we start off another game with Vikings getting control of the kickoff, the ball, and pressure into the orange half.
Well, Mackie, this is a hell of a feat that they have on their hands to perform. Can they do it? That's the question here, as the Vikings looking to start this one very strongly. Last one was a little bit shaky from them, especially if you compare that to the 5-2 victories they got in game number 1 and 2. Good start here. Monkey still goes for a shot. Cropix is going to put a stop to that one. So, good stuff here from Mackie early on. But Vikings, at the moment, they're putting on this aggression. Mackie, they are not crumbling to it yet. And there's a shot from Hospos. It comes down again. Tree Jam can't put it in. Hospos maybe having another bite of the cherry. Doesn't happen, and Mackie, they draw a sigh of relief.
Do you bite cherries?
Yeah, absolutely you do, man. There's a stone in the middle of them, for heaven's sake. If you don't bite cherries...
stone? What's going on in the UK?
Wait, I swear cherries have a stone in the middle.
I think they have a pit, but...
Yeah, sure. It's a pretty big one.
What the hell's going on over there across the pond?
Dude, alright, I guarantee you,
yeah, you bite cherries, but you also bite apples. You bite the apple. Don't bite the cherry.
Yeah,
eat the cherry. You bite the apple.
Right, you're wrong.
Who puts stone? No, what's going on with those stones in your cherries? There's a problem here.
Well, I don't eat many cherries.
Not much has happened since this conversation started. The ball has kind of ricocheted to midfield a couple of times. Monkey kind of extends, but not really. I was looking for the flip reset. I don't know if they actually hit it there, but Tree Jam circling back in. He'll take boost as well. Try not to get Demo to the back line. Again, they've come off the sidewall 2 or 3 times now. And they have worked that offense through the left side of the field. But we stay within the hash marks. And for now, no one's able to score.
2 minutes 40 on the clock here. Mackie. Going to hold defense for now. Send the ball over towards the Vikings half. This could be an opportunity for them, but they need to build something here. And nobody's there to receive it. And that's kind of... it's just another one of those examples of plays that feel like they don't really go anywhere from Mackie. Sure. They build up some pressure, and then it kind of just releases when one player on the offense makes a mistake, and then there it was again. So, Mackie, they fixed that. Things look different, but a Cowboy going for a demo. It's a nice attempt. Unfortunately, his teammate isn't also able to fulfill the role of scoring the goal. It was a really nice attempt from Mackie, and probably, I think personally, the first time we've seen this roster in this series actually make that kind of team play attempt.
Well, it couldn't come at a better time. However, for Crop, and more importantly for Natick High School, you need a goal. Unfortunately, the defense Hasn't been great this series. Been good enough in some moments, but not collectively when you need to step up and answer the call. Here comes a chance. That might be a goal. Great save. Free jam. Keep it on the ground. Flip over no one and gives the ball right back. So kind of an interesting choice of direction for that offensive swing. Not sure I agree with it, but yet again, they have the ball in their possession.
Thought for a second Hospos was going to rise to this ball a little bit earlier. Then that's a double challenge here from Hospos and True Jam. Maybe an attempt at a pinch that doesn't go their way, but still. Vikings, 1 minute left here. The ball in their court. Okay, no! Monkey steal. Why are you doing that? Oh, that's a risky moment. It doesn't go in, luckily, and yeah, you're absolutely right to react like that, Sean. It's okay. There it is. Tree Jam brings it in, and that went from 0 to hero very quickly. Oh, Monkey Jam. Oh, man. I mean, it would have been 1-0 either way, but it could have been a very different kind of 1-0.
Yeah, that went from awkward to, So, 46 seconds. You know, it has not been the prettiest games 3 and 4 for Vikings. They look like a very different team in the early start of this series. I mean, we were talking 5-1, right? Since then, it's credit to what Natick High School have been able to do to meet the challenge and go for a lot of these 50s, but it has not been the same prolific offense that we saw earlier. This one has a chance, though. Rear-centered, and it'll get taken out. So not a lot of numbers here for Natick High School. That might be the first shot they might actually capitalize on. The follow-up's in. The save out as well. Monkey Steal with the big save. And instead of just trying to bully his way in for Cowboy, instead of dunking that ball, he brings it back out to midfield. That was a questionable play.
Yeah.
I don't know why you just don't. Yeah, just go for the dunk. There's no reason to bring it out to midfield. There's literally, I'm not trying to bash. I'm saying there is zero reason to not dunk that ball. You go for the body slam. You do not bring that ball to midfield.
No, you bash, Sean. You bash. That was not a good play by any means, right? And, you know, although Cowboy has shown promise across this series, that play was the final nail in the coffin. They could well have scored that goal. I think they probably would have done.
They probably would have tied it up, yeah.
Yeah. That you can easily brute force that way through, that goal through. At the very least, you can try. There's no point, especially
you have to. You're down a goal. You got 10 seconds.
Well, exactly. You've got 10 seconds left, and the two teammates that you have are already in the goal. They've had a try. They've had a bite at the cherry, and you know, just push it through, Cowboy. That's all you need to do. However, that does mean it's a 4-0 to the Vikings.
It absolutely does. And with that, our series is wrapped. And more importantly, coming up next, we got Arizona. It is Brophy Preparatory High School versus Camelback High School. Look, I'm excited for this next region. We're moving our way through the United States, but Brophy Preparatory High School. I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do. Camelback, I've actually heard of them a couple of times in their high school circuit. So I'm excited to see what they bring to the field. We're going to throw it to a commercial break. When we come back, we got our 5th match of the day. Arizona's up next.